Hello everyone, this is Zero here. Welcome to the KOF98 Outer Match Online video. Today's topic, okay, we are going to do a character introduction. What character introduction? We are going to introduce Zero. Okay, we are going to introduce Zero today. Okay, Zero will be the second Turtle Soul boss. Okay, released beside Rugal. Okay, this is not counting Omega Rugal. Omega Rugal, if I'm not wrong, okay, should release 1 year after this game has been released. Okay, so not counting Omega Rugal will be Zero. Okay, so Zero, API 14 boss, he's a tank. Okay, you guys can see from here, he's a tank. Let's look at his details. Okay, Zero being a tank, naturally his block rate is higher, block power is higher, resistance rate is higher also compared to his rest of his stats. Okay, but you guys notice something, his crit power is also high. Why? Okay, because he can do very high damage also. His feature, he is a counter tank. Okay, he is a counter tank. Later you guys will understand why he is a counter tank. His fate, okay, next boss team, Chrysalid, Zero, Ignis, attack plus 25%. Life experiment, Zero, Kula, Angel, HP increases by 25%. Genetic modification plan, 0KQ, HP increases by 25%. Code 00. You need Zero Cannon, which is his exclusive weapon, followed by the last two, Earth-Shaking Badge and Super Power Tome. Okay, so you guys can see from his fate. Okay, not only his fate allows him to have extra HP, but also extra attack. His Fight Soul, he is a hard tortoise soul. Sorry. Restore 60 rage for every attack received and restore some rage for every attack dealt. Okay, meaning to say he has not only his Turtle Soul, he also has a little bit of Snake Soul in him. Okay, restore some rage for every attack dealt. Let me show you Omega Rugal. Omega Rugal Soul. He also a hard tortoise soul, but his is only pure. Every time he gets attacked, he restores rage, just like that, nothing else. Okay, Rugal, tortoise soul. Okay, level 20, also same. Okay, 176. Other fighters like Real. Okay, at level 11, he also level 11, 60, okay? So same as Zero, okay? Every time Zero gets hit, he will restore rage, but on top of that, when he attacks, he will restore rage also, okay? His passive, okay? Probability to decrease direct damage received. When Zero appears, seal enemy soul to restore all HP and clear all debuff when enemy dies. Okay, so what does this mean? The first part, probability to decrease direct damage received. His passive you can see at the bottom. Okay, probability to decrease direct damage by 33.2%. At level 17, he has a chance to resist. Okay, this is resist damage, not block. Okay, at level 17, has a chance to resist damage by 33.2%. Of course, if this level is higher, this percentage will be even more higher. Okay? So you will see Zero blocking and resisting most of the time because of this passive. Zero is just like any other tank. He has to block, he has to resist. If not, if he gets hit normally, okay, no matter through skill, normal attacks or ultimate, he will take a lot of damage. Okay, he will take a lot of damage. so he has to resist or block. So if you are training 0, if you are going for him, you need to have his passive skill, the level, as high as possible for 0 to survive. Okay. The second part of his passive, when 0 appears, seal enemy soul to restore own HP and clear own debuff when enemy dies. This is without gates, okay? This is without gates. So without gates, meaning to say, when 0 appears, whichever fighters, enemy fighters, okay, whichever enemy fighters is on the field, when 0 appears, okay, they will be sealed, so-called sealed, okay? Means 0 will seal them. How do I seal them? He seals them by whenever your opponent fighter dies, okay, 0 will restore own HP and will clear whatever debuff which is on himself. Okay, this is what his second part of his passive does. Okay, and it's very good. The more fighter that dies, the more HP 0 will regain, will restore. Okay, thus becoming a very effective tank. Let's look at his skill. Okay, his skill, cutting swallow destroyer. 0 uses his code to strike a single enemy with 15% increase on own skill chance for 2 rounds. Which means that after he uses his skill, the next 2 rounds he has an additional 15% chance to use his skill. 60% damage boost against DPS fighter. Okay, you guys should have noticed by now. Most tank fighters, they do extra damage with DPS fighters. Okay, if he lives for more than 3 rounds, okay, it will extra increase own damage by 30% for 2 rounds. This is for his skill. Okay, so 60% damage plus 30% damage, there's a 90% extra damage for this skill to be dealt to, especially to a DPS fighter. If it's not a DPS fighter, then I think it will be just you'll be just an extra 30% damage. If I'm not wrong, okay, after the 3rd round, okay, the second part here, this skill, okay, if I read correctly, okay, this extra 30% only applies to his skill, okay, not his overall damage, okay, it's only his skill. Because if it's overall damage, this part will go to his passive instead of here, okay, because sometimes the translation is not that accurate. Okay, so this is what his skill does basically. His ultimate, okay, max white destroyer spirit. After exclusive weapon awakening, okay, strikes a row of enemies to absorb their defense for 1 round. 60% in total, 65% in total, average to each target. If he lives for more than 3 rounds, it will increase own 40% attack and little rage restore speed for 2 rounds. This is what his ultimate does. His ultimate basically hits a row of enemies, then he will absorb their defense for 1 round. 65% in total, 65% of the enemy fighter's defense, average to each target. Okay, so if there's 3 targets, he will absorb a total of 65% defense to himself. Split among each target, 3 targets. If it's 2, then it's only 2 targets. If it's 1, then it's only 1 target. Okay, if he lives for more than 3 rounds, this ultimate, okay, will do 40% attack. Okay, and his rage restore speed will become a little faster. Okay, this is the 3rd passive. Nothing much, only restore HP. Okay, so this is overall a short introduction of his skill. Okay, so right now we will look at his gates. 8 elements gates. Leg element, Okay, chance to decrease direct damage received, 0 appears to see all fighters so to restore own HP and clear own debuff when a fighter dies. Half effect when ally dies. So you guys remember just now, his skill only says when enemy dies. Okay, before gates unlock, this passive only affects enemies. So when enemy dies, 0 will restore HP and clear on debuff. After gates unlock, second gate unlock, okay, this passive will apply to all fighters, including your own ally fighters. Okay, so which no matter enemy fighter dies or your own ally fighter dies, he will restore own HP and he will clear debuff. The only difference is that for own ally fighters, it only be half the effect. Means the HP restoration won't be that high as when enemy fighters dies basically. Okay, Thunder Element, okay, which is basically improve his skill. Okay, 0 uses his code to strike a single enemy and increase own 25% skill chance. Previously was 15%, now it's 25%. Okay, for 2 rounds with 70%. Okay, previously was 60%. Okay, increase 30% critical resistance on top of that, and 10% resistance rate if he has survived for less than 3 rounds. Okay, if he survived for less than 3 rounds, this skill will boost his critical resistance and resistance rate, and increase on 30% chance to crit if survived for more than 3 rounds. So you guys can see, okay, his skill increased by added with Thunder Element unlock, actually adds a lot of damage, a lot of resistance rate to him every time he uses his skill. Okay, Water Element, which is his ultimate, slices a row of enemies to absorb strike a row of enemies to absorb their defense for 1 round, 70% instead of 65%. Average for each target. If released for more than 3 rounds, it will increase own attack by 45% and increase rage restore slightly. Okay, for 2 rounds. This is 45%. Previously was like 40% only. Okay. What else? If he is the only fighter in the front row, which means that the other fighter in the front row that died, okay, he will absorb 70% defense and increase own attack by 45%, increases rage recovery by 30% and convert 30% of HP lost into damage. Okay, if he's the only fighter left, when he ultimates, he will use his second ultimate, which has a different animation. Okay, where he uses his code and slice and do this like somersault slicing effect. Okay, and it's very painful. Why? Because of the last part here. Convert 30% of HP lost into damage. Okay, and he can take out fighters with his ultimate just like that. Okay, the second ultimate is a single target ultimate, just so you know. Okay, so this is his gates. So what's next? Okay, we are going to discuss on how do you do his historic stones. Okay, for 0. Sorry, esoteric. I kind of mispronounce that name sometimes. Where is 0? Oh, he disappeared. Okay, he's here. Okay, so what kind of stones should you give him? You guys remember what we talked about just now? His skills, his ultimate. Basically, he needs to survive. He needs to be tanky. He needs to tank. Okay, the more health he has, the more damage he can deal out. Especially with gates unlocked, 6 gate unlocked. Okay, so what do you give him? You need to give him things like 10 DPS 10. because he does a lot of damage. To me, I'll prefer to give him DPS tank. So you give him DPS tank stones. Okay, like this. I don't think I have enough stones, but basically you give him DPS tank stones so that he can do a lot of damage and he can survive. How does Zero survive? Zero survives through blocking. Okay, and by giving him DPS tank stones, you will actually give him defense and attack. Okay, you give him DPS HP, tank HP, you give HP and defense, which is also okay. Okay, but I prefer to give him DPS tank because his ultimate, especially his 6K ultimate, can do a lot of damage and can take out fighters very fast. If you give him tank HP, he will restore more health basically. Okay, it's either these two, but for me personally, I prefer DPS tank. Okay, so this is how you give him. This is the type of esoteric stone you should give to Zero. Okay, so what else? Okay, now I should actually touch on runes, but runes just released for the Asia server today. I still not very familiar with it. I won't touch on what runes to give for Zero at the moment. Okay, I will not touch on. Okay, so the next question is, what type of formation should you put Zero in? Okay, actually Zero fits in all teams in my opinion, because he's a tank. On top of that, he's a Turtle Soul tank. You can put him in 4 Souls formation, you can put him in a Turtle Genesis formation, doesn't matter. You can even put it in other formations like 6 Soul or Tiger Soul formation. Okay, because he as a tank, he does everything. Okay, then he as a tank, he just stand as a tank. Okay, and he's there to actually help you to soften up opponent's tank because with his ultimate, because the ultimate absorbs defense. This is why the developers give him the feature as a counter tank. Okay, because he counters tank. That's what he does. Okay, he softens up your opponent's tanks for you. Okay, so this is well, almost 20 minutes long video. Okay, so this is a very, it's not a short video basically. This is a character introduction for Zero. I believe I should cover all aspects of him. If you guys have any questions, do let me know about Zero. If you guys feel whether you should go for Zero or not, hope this video gives you an idea whether if Zero is a good fighter to go for. Okay, do let me know your comments. Do let me know what you think about Zero. With that, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.